Yes, a very good evening to you. Apologies for the slight tardiness tonight, but we'd one or two technical challenges to overcome, so fantastic. I hope you got the warning to say that we're going live in a few minutes, so there we are. Robbie's just joined us. Thank you, Robbie, very much appreciated. Troy and Millie have joined us as well, so everybody knows that we're here and everybody knows it's going on. If you can get sharing, that would be amazing. I'm back, Scotty. Good one, Robbie. Excellent stuff. I tell you, Carbolic 77 has joined us. We like the 77. Tell 10, tell 10, tell 10. And a very, very good evening to you. Now, can you hear me and see me? That's the most important thing, I have to say. Can you say hello to Alan? He's in Monaco. I can, AJ. Yes, indeed, we like Monaco. Wonderful. Monaco, we love all that. And hopefully we'll get the phones going tonight so you can come on and have a chit-chat. There's Susan just joining us. Hi, Susan. Apologies for the tardiness tonight. Technical. On yourself, big fella, the big one. Thank you very, very much. Very, very kind of you, I'll say. And tell 10, tell 10, tell 10, tell 10 that Scottie McClue is live. Do we like the fact that it's Saturday night and it's 9 o'clock? Is this the best time? I think we should be told. I say to you, Dinky-Doo, the bonnet has landed. Brian Dock, the bonnet has indeed landed. I say to you, thank you for joining us, guys. Scotty, we need more of you. Robbie, you're very, very kind, and thank you for all your encouragement. Did you catch any of the bad weather on Thursday? Well, I never really see the weather as bad, just a different challenge. We need to sort the clothing out. I say to you, Wolfie, Wolfie, thank you for all my red roses. You're very, very kind. What a lovely thing to do. Brian says, Rangers indeed. When did this happen, Brian? Because they've certainly been alive since... What are we talking about, 1872? Is that right? 1872 or 1878? I can never remember. Legend, I grew up listening to you on the radio. Richard, how lovely to be back with you. Is this guy pro-independence or against? Well, this guy, Blackbeard, is apolitical. But Scotland would do very well as an independent country if it could hang on to its own money, because it was very badly damaged by Margaret Thatcher and by subsequent governments afterwards. So there you have it, simple as that. But we'll not get political because it's not what we do. How did you spend your Saturday, Scotty? James, I met up with two of the most interesting people you could ever hope to meet and had afternoon tea with them. That'll do, says Blackbeard. Do you like that one, Blackbeard? Yes. We need a Thatcher now, Scotty, yes, but we need a pro-Scotland Thatcher that says, get the money back into Scotland and hurry up about it. Let's get the shipbuilding back. Here is Scotty, I hope you're well. The wonderful Richard Tanner has joined us on the YouTube channel. Guys, if you're on TikTok, go up to my bio, go into the YouTube Talk channel. The Forsyth clan are watching from Northern Ireland, mate. We love you, Forsyths, in Northern Ireland, I tell you. And Dinky-Doo. Fantastic. Now, who else have we got here? There's Princess Cabbage. Fantastic. We love that. Let me just get a very, very quickly rid of this half-wit here. Lovely. Just a wee block, and that's him gone. Yes, absolutely. We love that. There we are. Fantastic. What's your take on Starmer? Well, we don't comment on individuals on here because you can get that anywhere across the media. Scottie McClue is entirely different. We're into proper information, proper education, and hopefully proper entertainment. So there you have it. I tell you. Dinky-Doo, Scotty, Dinky-Doo. Hi, Scotty. What would you say to Jesus if you met him? I think I would say thank you and ask him how he was and would he like to come to dinner. That there would only be 11 joining us. Well, 10 joining us, so that would be 12. So there you have it. Dinky-Doo. Hi, Scotty, I'm watching from Rutherglen, says the wonderful Robert McNaughton. Robert, it's always good to have you on Free the Glen. Are you to do with the Judean people? Well, I think the Judean people were very hard on Jesus, but Pontius Pilate was the governor, the Roman governor of Judea. And guys, you know, I'm not defending what Pilate did. I'm just saying, or how he acted, that it was a very tough gig, you know, and, you know, the crowd were going bananas. Free Barabbas. David Taylor, good, everything good. Can you hear me and see me, David? That is fantastic. We had to do a very quick change. That's why we're a couple of minutes late tonight. Not personally a quick change, but quick change technically, because I've been doing some incredible things technically, guys. Scottish your man, tell 10 to tell 10 to tell 10. Hashtag FloatEye, Ian, Matt, thank you. Who ate all the pies? Now, Barbie, I think you're trying to deflect from the fact that you ate all the pies. Yes. Howdy doody from Dunoon. We love Dunoon. Argyle Street, Wellington Street, Alexander Street, King Street, John Street. There we are, Dinky-Doo. Now, good evening, Scottie Dinky-Doo. Big Bob, how lovely to have you with us. Scottie, what is your strangest encounter? Do, 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 do. If you listen to the YouTube and it's got that marvellous chap phoning in, the old gentleman phoning in, and he's not well and we end up laughing, there's Abdul says, Dinky-Doo from Afghanistan. How lovely to have you with us. How are you doing, says Mike. Go, Scottie. Who's the most famous person you've spoken with over the years? Oh, I would think probably the King, actually, is the most famous worldwide. I've spoken to so many famous people, because remember, they all came into the television and radio stations. It's fantastic. We'll be getting an appearance from old Prof Numpty tonight, David. You know Numpty as well as I do. So there we are. Guys, can every single one of you follow me, please? What does your ideal United Kingdom look like? I think it looks like England. I think that's your ideal United Kingdom, doesn't it? When were you in your prime? I've not actually been in my prime yet, AFM. We have reached incredible heights, but I'm very, very reliably informed from very senior people that the best is yet to come. Hello, I'm out for a walk with Oliver and joining you from Redlands Terrace. Do you know that I remember seeing what was Redlands Hospital Garden for sale for 50k? It looks like England's independence. Absolutely. Hi, Scottie from Chateau Olay, brackets, Castle Milk. Yes, I speak French, je parle français. Je comprends, oui, oui. And very near to Le Carmanock. So there we are. Yes, Noor, you're quite right. What a guy, you've just appeared on my TikTok, listened every night, about 30 years, legend. Thank you so much, I say to you. So there we have it. Scottie, someone's taking your parking space at Scott FM. I hope not, because that was very clearly Scottie's parking space. So there we go. Mr. Silver, how lovely to hear from you, your favourite suite. Pavement parking starting soon, Scottie. So there we go. I tell you, hi from North Berwick, Scottie. One of my favourite places. This beautiful, stunningly beautiful woman and I once climbed Berwick Law. So there we are, up to the whalebones. Do you remember the whalebones? Am I right? Dinky-Doo, Scottie. Hiya, Ben. Scottie, did you play any sports? I played rugby and I did rowing. And I put rowing on my CV and somebody thought it was rowing. So there we are. I see Essentials gets going properly in September. Absolutely, Gordon. Essentials will be huge right across Yorkshire, but with also the technology across the UK. That one guy says, Irish, right? Are you Irish? Do you still play the button key? Well, Brian, I have it beside me here. I could demonstrate at some point if there was an appetite for it, I tell you. So there we have. Hi, Susan. Numpty Heat's joined us, guys, which is wonderful. You're a wee bit late tonight, Numpty Heat, but then I can't talk because I was a couple of minutes late. My mum used to play the variations. Wonderful. Go on, Scottie. Scottie, what's your favourite song? There are so many favourite songs. It's so difficult to say. You know, I mean, I was very lucky. I studied music and drama and I got to sing all the great works in all the great cathedrals. The Messiah and Israel in Egypt and Judas Maccabeus and what else did we get? The St. Nicholas Mass. Fantastic. DINKY-DOO, Mr. McClue. What's your view on extraterrestrials? Well, people say they're about, can you swim? Yes, I can swim very well. Not so good with the backstroke, but very good with the breaststroke. Scottie, are the phones live? They can be live right now. If you'd like to call, I'm going to make the phones live, guys. There we are. For you, the phones are now live, and I think you should ring. The telephone number is 0141 628 9795. And I think we should be told. Fantastic stuff. So get on the telephones, folks, and let's be chit-chatting. Let's be having you. You're looking very young and fresh, Scottie. Not bad. My 70th year. Are you going to see the new Scottish Ballet production of Mary Queen of Scots? I might well do. So there we are. So the extraterrestrials, I think there could be something in it. I've met one or two people that look a wee bit like E.T. You know, so there is a thought there, I tell you. Don't you have a big ego having pictures on your wall? No, AFM, I don't have a big ego. I'm so sorry to disappoint you. I wish I did. If I had a big ego, wow! There's no saying what could happen. These were presented to me. You're live on Scotty's phone in. Who's that? Hello? Hello? I think they haven't quite got the hang of the telephone, but there we go. Remember to turn your output down. What's the phone number again, Scottie? Prince of TikTok? The phone number is 0141 628 9795. Get on to this. There's Ben says, who's this joker? You're the joker, Ben. I think you haven't heard the last of me, Batman. Oh, I think we have, Joker. I tell you. Ben the Joker.
Joker.
You're live on Scotty's phone in. Who's that?
Joker.
The Joker, right. You haven't heard the last of me, Batman. Are you coming to see the Pipe Band Championship at Glasgow Green? Was it not today, Big Bob? When is it? I used to go to it. It was wonderful. Absolutely loved it. I can remember they were tossing the keeper and it was getting just a wee bit close to the crowd. And the announcer goes, we may have a health and safety thing here. I tell you, Andrew, DINKY-DOO. DINKY-DOO, Scottie, my hero. Patsta, how lovely to hear from you. Have you ever made your own jam? My mother regularly made raspberry jam, strawberry jam, and bramble jelly, and rowan jelly. Ooh. You're live on Scotty's phone in. Who's that? Nobody. Right, there was somebody's really struggling with the phones. They're wondering how to work it, the poor loves. So there we are. They'll get there, though. Yes, so, yes, lots of beautiful jams. Jams and jellies. Very good for you guys. Excuse me a wee second. Quick mop down. Quick comfort break. Whoo! As you can guess, the studio is roasting tonight. So forgive my ruddy complexion. There we go. Hi, Susan, DINKY-DOO. Hello, you're live on Scotty's phone in. How's it going?
I would just like to say, Scott,
Scottie. I think you're off your...
You do you? Well, I'd just like to say I think you're off your... Fantastic. I remember me and my 7 siblings would huddle round the telly to watch you on STV. Ben, you're very kind. It would be nice. STV are starting a new radio station. So who knows what that will sound like. Hi, Scottie, you're cool, man. Leaf Green Blue, you're very kind. But I have been told I'm the coolest thing on TikTok. How amazing's that? Get following, guys. Everybody on TikTok should be following Scottie McClue. 1,200 likes. We like that. The best one's the Cowl Games, Scottie. Do you know? Since about the age of 5, I was a regular in the stand at the Cowl Games. Hello, you're live on Scottish Phone In. Who's that?
Hi, I was just going to say, I think you're...
Thank you very much. I'd just like to say that to you. You should be on the news station, Ben. You're very kind. We'll see what happens. It depends what it sounds like. You don't know. There we are. Now, I hope... can we just announce what we do on here? I have a coffee here. Now, I hadn't drunk coffee for 44 years till about 2 weeks ago. Did you shoot clay pigeons? I have shot clay pigeons. Ball! I had a friend, he's sadly no longer with us, but he was an outstanding shot. And I'm actually a crack shot myself, but I don't go shooting. And have you ever said aye to a killie pie? Oh, I've said aye to a killie pie. And a McClue's pie as well. Hello, you're live on Scottish Phone In. Who's that?
Hi.
Hi.
I would just like to say, Scottie, I think you're
Absolutely. Oh, you're very kind. I would like to say that to you as well. Who are these BAMs phoning up? Young people. Are the phones live? Well, obviously. Scottie, who's the most famous person in your contacts? Oh, I would think probably the most famous person in my contacts. My goodness, well, I don't really give away who that would be because it's like right up there, do you know what I mean? Hello!
Dinky-Doo, Scottie.
Dinky-Doo. What would you just like to say?
So, I heard you want to do a...
Hello, you're live on Scottish Phone In. Who's that? Nobody. There were. I love the profile picture. I thank you very much. Do you miss Alex Salmond? I think everyone misses Alex Salmond. And I think Scotland misses Alex Salmond. And if I could talk to... Alec was actually a big Scottie McClue fan. And I can remember one of our reporters going out to meet him as First Minister, and he said, you know that Scottie McClue's one of our bosses, and Alex said, give him that, and handed his personal number to him. There we go. I tell you. Yes, I think everyone misses Alex Salmond. Hello, you're live with Scottish Phone In, taking up quite a bit of time with nonsense tonight. What can we do for you?
Sorry, do you watch TV News by any chance, Scottie?
I do indeed, yes. Thank you for asking. So there we go. What's your favourite kilt pattern? Well, we like the black watch. Scottie, I think you need to bring back the lovable lass to do the switchboard. Well, she would weed out all the characters, you see. Hello, you're live with Scottish Phone In. Who's that?
Dinky-Doo, this is Aaron.
Aaron, how lovely to hear you, and a big dinky-doo to you. Hello, you're live with Scottish Phone In. Who's that?
Hello, Scottie.
Hello. Fantastic. So who have we got here? We've got Russ. Tremendous stuff, Russ. I thank you very, very much. There we go. Now, we're asking... No. I mean, I don't do that. I don't have bad books. Nobody's really in my bad books. Well, there's one bad man, the only bad man I've ever met in my life, and he took some money off me in a business thing. And that's one bad man in almost 70 years. Not bad, a very, very bad man. No. Hello, you're live on Scottish Phone In. Who's that?
You dare hang up?
I wouldn't dare hang up on you. Don't worry about any of that. So there we go. Now then, a bit late for coffee. Well, it depends on what you're hoping to do. I mean, I have to do a day's work when I finish here tonight. There we are. Name and shame the bad man, Scotty. No, we can't, Mags. We wouldn't do that. A lot of trolls tonight, says SB. Well, SB, you're always going to get the trolls. It's a sign of success. Trolls and haters follow about success, I tell you. So there we are, mutton chops. Mutton chops, I'm not going to indulge in all that. So there we go. You look like the rich guy in Still Game. Well, I was apparently the original inspiration for Still Game. The creators saw McClue. Thought, there we are. Nothing like an hour of Scottie McClue on a Saturday night, says Richard. Richard, you're very kind. So AFM, where did you get this ego thing? Because I've been presented with portraits. One there, and here's another one for you. There we go. Look at that, pride of place. Isn't that amazing? There we are. So no, there's no ego involved. Do not think if Scottie McClue had an ego, it would have been, the rough edges would have been rubbed off. AFM says you lie about your numbers. No, we don't, AFM. No, we certainly never, ever, ever lie about numbers. Absolutely. No, we used to have around 250,000 listened every half hour, just in Scotland. A lot more than that in the northwest of England, Yorkshire, all that stuff. So there we go. I spoke with you years ago on Scott FM. Where does the time go? I'll tell you. Scotty, what are your numbers? Ben, listening to this. Well, last week we were 10,000 and I can reach 1 million people a month. Yeah, you're live on Scotty's Phone In. Who's that?
Scott, please just don't hang up. I've got one serious question to ask. Please
Is it a nice question?
Yes, so I was just wondering, when do you come back to the radio?
Oh, when I'll come back to the radio? About a month's time, and thank you for asking. Good man.
Well, I'm still here.
Yeah,
I've got one more question. Like, how are you such a good liar? Like, you lie about your numbers all the time.
Well, I never lie about numbers, so, and you never ever call me a liar. That's a lifetime ban. You're not getting more straight talker than Scottie McClue. You're live on Scotty's Phone In. Who's that? La 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 la. There we are. Somebody wanting to be a singer. A bit of prep needed, I think. Does Scotty like a well-fired roll? Well, I'm off the carbs at the moment, but your answer to that is yes. Get him gone, says Ben. He's gone. Hi, could you please ask everyone to watch my most recent video? Yes, absolutely, we'll do that. How are you going to do a day's work if it's night? Listen, I used to finish my radio show at 1 o'clock in the morning. See, when you were on Scott FM, Scotty was your studio in Glasgow or Edinburgh. It was in Edinburgh, Dave. It was down at Leith, at the docks. Could you ask everyone to watch my most? Yes, we've done that. Scotty, I've heard you own and run an hotel. Is there any truth in this? No. There we are. Can you give us a recap? We can, William. We can always recapitulate. Never fear about that, I say to you. So there we might switch the phones off if it's just the dafties that are ringing. There's not much point in me wasting my time answering the phone for some sort of adolescent that's going to shout, I mean, imagine having a facility. We never had this as young people, that you could talk to the world and you could talk to a highly intelligent presenter and you could ask sensible questions and get knowledge and information. And all they can do with that gift is go, makes you wonder, doesn't it? Hi, I think you used to know my granda. Probably did, Kai, yes. Monder Ton, says Mason. The Morton, a branch of the green oak tree. Dinky-Doo, all the best, says Mark G. So there we are. Scotty, do you think the comment on Alex or bad taste? I'll tell you. Yes, I think I never believed any of the stuff that they tried to get Alex Salmon with. He wasn't that type of guy. So there you go. Celtic or Rangers, Connor, go and watch them both play and then make up your mind. So there we go, I tell you. SP, we can't make comments on that or they'll just take it off the platform. AFM says, can I be the co-host? Well, not since you cheeked up about the numbers. There's Mungo saying, if you can say it's a Brobrich Moonlich Nicht, then you're all right, you can. You're all recht. If you can say it's a Brobrich Moonlich Nicht, then you're all recht, you can. There you go, I tell you. Now, who else have we got? Yes, been missing the last few weeks, Susan. He disappeared midway through a show. Hasn't been on since. Oh, Tupswahey. Yes, Tupswahey is missing tonight. And as David says, he's been missing for 2 weeks. So there we are. So I hope he's all right. So there you go. It's always a bit worrying, I tell you. So there we go. Let's see who this is. Hello, you're live on Scotty's phone in. Who's that?
Hello, Scotty. How are you doing this fine evening?
I'm Dinky-Doo this fine evening. Do you have a first name? Just a first name?
My name's Angus. How are you doing?
Angus, lovely to hear you. What can I do for you, sir?
So I'd just like to ask, how do you handle all this fame? Because other than Trump, famous footballers, how can you walk down the street?
How can you walk down the street? Well, you just walk down the street and people will talk to you.
Do you not get bombarded with paparazzi and things like that?
I do have. I've been bombarded with paparazzi. In fact, if you look back, we were never out the newspapers every day.
Wow, that's incredible.
And when I walked down the street with famous people, they would come up and chat to them as well.
Well, that's amazing, Scotty. So, do you have any plans to build on this platform?
Yes, huge plans. In fact, just taking effect today, because we're looking at multi-streaming. There's Franz saying, why is there a framed picture of himself? Well, he should know that that was presented to me by the radio stations.
Really?
Yes, of course. Why would people ask a question like that? Do you not think that's strange, Angus?
I don't know.
Right, AFM says he's an old boot.
Well, I think he's one of those hooligans that have been calling you all night.
Oh, yes, well, Ben says this phoner is superb. So Ben's a big fan of yours.
Yeah, well, you've got quite a few fans, don't you?
I would hope so, 2 billion.
Wow, really?
Yes, but we don't know if they're all fans, but don't be too impressed because there's 8 billion people in the world, which means 6 billion people don't know me.
Well, what's your plan to make sure that 6 billion know you?
That's what we need to talk about. That's the next step, Angus, I tell you.
Really? Wow, it's been great chatting to you guys.
Lovely chatting to you. Take care of yourself and Dinky-Doo.
Dinky-Doo.
There we are, a fine fellow, our Angus. Quality call as well. You're live on Scotty's phone in. Who's that?
Hello, Scotty. My name is Brian.
Brian, hello. What can we do for you?
Well, I've not got anything particular, Scott. I just want to know how you're doing.
Good man. Evening. We're doing very well, and it's very nice to hear you, and thank you for a sensible call.
Of course, of course.
Yes, and a big dinky.
May I ask something, actually?
Well, yes, of course.
Well, not ask. I need to say something. Make way!
Make wave! Brian is up to no good. So there we are. No, but Angus was a wonderful call, AFM, I tell you. And if you could stop cheeking up. Where's the lovable lass these days? Was she from Edinburgh? Yes, she was indeed. Well, yes, she was. Yes, absolutely, she was from Edinburgh. Please answer, do you miss the bold 90s radio show? Of course, everybody misses that. Did you not take over James Whale's show in the 90s? Yes, I did, the late James. I did, and then James took over from me in Talk 107. They put James's show out, I tell you. So there we are. Now, what have we got here? Laurie Dinky-Doo, Greg Dinky-Doo, fantastic to have you all with us. Guys, pop up to the top of the TikTok and subscribe to the YouTube talk show. We need to build that up. Loved it. Never missed a show in the 90s. It was brilliant. It was good stuff, Lucky. Scottie, what's your favourite letter of the alphabet? My favourite letter of the alphabet. That's a very, very interesting one. Leave that with me. You're live on Scotty's phone in. Who's that?
Hello, Scottie. It's Abdul.
Abdul, how lovely to hear you. What can I do for you?
Could you please stroke my penis?
Bring you happiness. Oh, I would hope I bring you happiness. Very, very important. So there we go. Right, guys, what I think we'll do, we'll pop the phones off because we could do with a much better quality, and I don't honestly believe that that's out there. So say goodbye to all our callers tonight. Very good. And Abdul says, can you bring me happiness? So let's hope we can bring him happiness. I tell you. There we are. Fantastic. Now, who else have we got? Do you enjoy classical music, Scottie? Richard, I'm a huge classical music fan, as I say. Good to have the phone in again, says 777. We're on Q96 and Paisley, says Dave the Rave. Twice. Q96 and 96.7 QFM. There we are. I tell you. Up to your Nicky Nacky news, Scottie. Scottie is scared, says Abadul. No, Scottie is never scared, Abadul. There we are. We can bring you happiness, though. So I tell you, AFM says Ben lies. I tell you, happiness, absolutely, James. So there you are. Make way for the King's God, says Scottie McClue fan. Harry Seacombe, not Welsh, yes, Harry was Welsh. Why are people so rude and disrespectful? It's very strange. Ken Dodd could have brought Abdul some happiness. Yes, happiness, happiness. Fantastic. Make way for the King's God. Mince or steak pie? Both. Are you a Freemason, says Brian. Brian, there's no such thing as a Freemason. My friend has a big country house and he wanted to get some ashlars polished up, and he got the masons in to point them, and I think the bill was £50,000. So I don't think masons are cheap, I tell you, but they do a wonderful job, the polished ashlars. Most certainly is. It just shows you the upbringing of these people. I know, could you imagine having a phone in and treating somebody like that from radio and television? I tell you. Keep it down, says Eric. Black pudding or white pudding, says David. David, how lovely to have you on the TikTok. I'm a black pudding man, but I do like a wee white pudding as well. So there we go. Let's get rid of Abadul, guys. I don't think he's quite up to the level of this program. Can we all say good night to Abadul? You see, on this program, guys, you're either with us or you're against us. And I think if you've got somebody who's clearly, what would we call that? There's a term for it. Passive-aggressive. That's what's wrong with these people. There's Abadul away. Have we all said bye-bye? Fantastic. Now, who else have we got? AFM, you need to watch. You're on some shaky ground tonight. What did you get a degree in? I got it in arts. Arts, absolutely, I say to you. And now, who else have we got here? This is incredible. Good night, Abadul. Good night, Abadul, everybody shouting. Now, what have we got? What's your thoughts on haggis supper? Well, I like a haggis supper. I tell you, Big Bob's lolling. Lol. Lol, Big Bob. Hashtag lol. There we are. We've all said good night to Abadul. I tell you, but I hope it brings him happiness. So there we go. Bye-bye, Abdul. Scottie McCLUE, hi from Cumbernauld. Dinky-Doo. Scottie, how long have you got left? What, in life, do you mean, or just tonight? I can tell you, we've been on for 35 minutes, guys. Absolutely incredible. And we've had 2,000 views on one platform. I think that's wonderful. Thank you for following, everybody. Opinions in Glasgow, Ben, the finest city in the world. The second city of the old British Empire. How did you get into radio, says Lucky. I built my first radio station when I was 9 years old. And if I broadcast in the house, my grandfather could hear it in the garage. So there we are. Lorna is Abadou. Right, Aaron. Good. Thanks for grassing him up. We'll keep a wee eye on that. I tell you, good morning, Shermanator. We need the phones live for proper callers. Yeah, but we need to weed out the dafties. They wasted a lot of time tonight. We could have had conversations on there with intelligent people instead of a lot of wee dafties. So there you go. Hello from the Gorbles. Hello, Aaron, Dinky-Doo. We love the Gorbles. Get Angus back on, says Ben. Angus was very, very good, Ben. I tell you. Wee Jambo, I might have to dump you for spamming. What do you think about, about Trump and Putin? Excellent. We'll not comment on that because we don't know the full results. Scottie, why don't you go live more frequently? We need more McClue. Well, I'm working on a big project at the moment, but as soon as I'm free of that, I will be going live, I tell you. There we are. He was a pleasant young man. He was, Aaron. Thoughts on Airdrie? Beautiful. Airdrie, the cross. Cross at Airdrie. Fantastic. You never answered my question. What was your question, wee Jambo? There we are, but you kept spamming. Big project, I tell you. Glasgow, Edinburgh, what's your thoughts? They've got their own merits. I wouldn't say one's necessarily better than the other. But there was a very famous Scottish playwright and author called James Bridie. He was actually Dr. O.H. Maver. Can I donate to Scottie McClue? Of course you can. Of course you can. So there we are. No, absolutely. AFM, I'm going to dump you because you're very, very silly. Guys, I think we'll say cheerio to AFM. Passive aggression from him. Getting it very, very wrong. So there we go. Can everybody shout cheerio to AFM? He's certainly not with us, so he's a Guinness. Well, gone. Gone out. Absolutely. I tell you. Right, so who else have we got here? Scottie, if you can you tell us more about your radio plans? Would you still be on? Marky G. Mark G, yes. Probably in around a month's time. What's happened is one of the big operators in radio decided to chuck a lot of its local stations and go for a national brand. So it's made its local stations national. Now that's great, and I'm sure it's bringing them lots of revenue and plenty of listeners and some great music and all that. But they're no longer catering for the local market. Now, a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful man in South Yorkshire has seen this huge gap in the market and has gone to fill it with local radio. And that we can keep adding to, and that will become massive. So there you have it. So that's what's happening. So about a month's time, Mark, and we'll make sure, although it's initially for Yorkshire, I know there's a lot of interest in it in the northwest of England as well. And I think it's only a matter of time till Scotland pitching up and says to the big boss, can we have Scottie McClue? We won't be able to do the big outrageous show, but we'll do the big talk show, because I don't know if there's any talk shows in British radio worth talking about, really. So it would be probably the only proper talk show. There are political shows talking, but they're not talk shows. They don't talk to the people. They talk at the people. And that's the secret. If anyone says, how do you become Scottie McClue? How do you become that big on radio and television? Then the answer is you talk to the people. You talk with the people. You look at all these radio stations. Hi, we're expecting another politician on, and we'll keep talking at you, hoping you'll be interested. And the audiences go, sorry, not interested. Rather talk to Scottie McClue. There we are. Thank you. Thank you, Marky G. Absolutely, Dinky-Doo, I say to you. We would open the lines again if anybody wants to ring in, if you want to stake your claim on the YouTube chat. So there you are. Guys, if you're watching on TikTok, which so many of you are right now, get yourselves up to the bio, tap the link for the YouTube channel, the Talk channel. That's the one we're on right now. Okay? So if you can subscribe it's a brand new channel. Well, it's about 3 or 4 weeks old now. But it's only got 134 subscribers. The movie channel has got 53,000 subscribers. So we need to get on. Lol, wee dafties are brilliant. You're the best, Scottie. And David McCafferty, the wee dafties. We don't mind. We always got a few wee dafties, even in the big shows. But we also got some very funny people, you know, and we like that. I tell you. So there we go. And also, if you're watching on the YouTube channel itself, please make sure you have subscribed. So there we are. Now, who else have we got here? Scottie, where were you brought up? I was brought up in Greenock. That's wonderful. There we go. Now then, who have we got here? Are you on the drams tonight? No, I don't take the drams. Follow. God bless the King, Scottie. John Knox, faith account. Absolutely. God bless the King. God save the King. That's what it's all about. I noticed the other night a certain nationalist politician saying that she was a Republican. And I thought, why did you say that? Because the appeal of nationalism just goes right away. You lose 50% of the vote. That's what happened in 2014. You know, Scotland was heading for independence and got 45% of the vote. That means it didn't get 55% because they weren't clear on keeping the king, the monarchy, the crown. And I would say to the nationalists, if you want to learn anything, learn it from Scottie McClue. Get 100% behind the monarchy. Don't give answers as another nationalist politician to go, I'm quite relaxed about it. I'm not too bothered either way. Be clear or don't expect any votes for independence. You know? I mean, I could probably make independence happen if I was politically inclined. And that's not a crazy statement. I would just make sure we got it right, a la Donald Trump. Scottie, let's test your history. Do you know Grahamston Village in Glasgow and where it was? Dave the Rave. Let's answer your brilliant question when you're testing me. Grahamston Village was the village that was knocked down to make way for Glasgow Central Station and the Hielanman's umbrella. And I think if you look closely, there are still 1 or 2 houses belonging to Grahamston Village. Am I right? Or am I correct 100%? Dinky-Doo, Scottie, I'm back. AFM, if you're back, you need to have learned your lesson or you'll be away again. Okay? We have to be quite firm about this. We haven't time to pop up just 1 hour a week and get time wasted by wee dafties. But I'm glad that we've brought Abdul happiness. That's what it's all about, as suit you. Dinky-Doo, fantastic. Marky G, all the best. So there we are. Dave the Rave, have I passed the test? So there we go. We don't mention second names. We love McClue, says Robbie. Are the phones live? I've switched them off, Robbie, because we're getting the wee dafties. The sporting industry's out of kilter. I see what you just did there. Fantastic. We love it. So there we go. Scotty, we all lived for the night time to listen to your show. There is no king, says Eric. Eric, you need to get up to a certain opticians. There is most definitely a king. There's been a king for 2,350 years. And we elected the king as well. So there is no case for not having the king. So if you are going to one of these not my king dafties, forget it. Not happening. All right? And that's what's clobbered independence. That sounds like a crazy statement. What, Ralph? Scotty, if Scotland became independent, they wouldn't have the royal family. It's part of the UK. Robbie, not at all. The royal family is Scottish. Scotland took over the English crown in 1603 and put a Scottish king on the English throne. So you need to know your history, Robbie. Yes, so the monarchy is actually 100% Scottish. The present king has got Stuart bloodlines. Fantastic. Thank you for my beautiful gift, guys. And the present king's mother was 50% Scots. The present king's grandmother was 100% Scots. Her husband, George VI, was a direct descendant of King Malcolm II. So, you know, you need to get into your history, Robbie. And Ralph, I don't make crazy statements, I tell you. So there we have it. Otherwise, I wouldn't be where I am. Scotty, were you for independence? Well, I used to be a big unionist, but I realised, why do you only make it an hour, says Robbie? Because it's precious, Robbie. So there you are. And there's Eric telling everybody to stop whining. Quite right, Eric. You tell them. How are we doing, Lionheart says? I tell you. Well done, sir. Top marks. Thank you, Dave the Rave. Hello from Loch Ness, Scotty. Alistair, we love you in Loch Ness. Usually at this time of year, I'm taking a trip round Loch Ness. So there we are. So, Eric, you're needing to get your act together. I tell you. My late grandfather was born in Renfrew in Scotland. I'm proud, and that's a royal borough. So the king, the present king, used to have the title Baron Renfrew, but he's given it to Prince William, the eldest son. Is that not fantastic? So there you go. So Prince William is now Baron Renfrew, Lord of the Isles. And a lot more, I tell you. Scotty, I'm going to be studying mechanical and aerospace engineering at Glasgow University. I'm so proud of you. I once went to an open day at Glasgow University and it was engineering at the time. It's been a great show tonight, Scotty. Susan, it's been an outstanding show tonight. Sorry about the wee dafties, of course, but, you know, they go with the territory. Yes, you get that. Someday they'll learn that when you've got a diamond like Scottie McClue, you don't mistreat it, you don't cover it in mud. Thank you, T2K Fearless, for my beautiful gifts. I tell you, so I'm so proud of you. Do you know there were two young engineers, 23-year-old ladies, and they were already designing the braking system for one of the top motor cars on the planet. So it's wonderful stuff. And I was talking to a friend of mine who's a classmate of mine. He's very big in aerospace. So there you are. Incredible. I tell you. Right, who else have we got? Has everybody followed, subscribed? Scotty, do you vote? Well, everybody votes, Robbie, but I don't vote one way because my great-granny voted one way or something. I decide who's best for the country. Scottie, am I right in saying the royal family has connections to Germany? Alistair, the royal family has connections worldwide, but huge connections to Germany, as has Britain. So that's where the term Anglo-Saxon comes from. England and Saxony in Germany. Yes, so if you go back to the Queen's great, well, let's see, George V was her grandfather, Edward VII was her great-grandfather, so King Charles is great-great-grandfather, and his great-great-great-grandfather was Prince Albert of Saxe-Coburg-Gotha, yes, in Germany. And Albert's plan, and I think it's a pretty brave, bold plan, was to have Europe run by crowned heads. So you had King Alfonso of Spain, King Leopold of the Belgians, and fantastic. France, by that stage, I think, was missing a king and are still missing a king. I tell you, AFM says, don't lie, Susan. AFM, that's not a very nice thing to say. Susan doesn't lie. AFM, you've actually lied. Susan says, I don't lie. What a thing to say. It has been a great show tonight. And AFM, I think we'll ban you because you're not with us. You're passive-aggressive. So we'll remove you. There we have it. Isn't that lovely? That's him gone. And we'll hide him. Fantastic. Right, that's AFM gone for cheeking up to Susan. Susan is, she's got it. What was Phil the Greek? Well, that was a mock name that half-wits used to use when talking about Prince Philip. But Prince Philip was actually Danish. He was part of the Danish royal family, and his grandfather, I think it was asked to take over the Greek throne because Greece couldn't get a king for their throne at the time because there was so much antisocial uprising. Thanks, Scottie, says Susan. No, he's gone, Susan. We're not having anybody call you a liar. How dare they? Professor Numpteed, one of the most honest ladies on the planet. Professor Numpteed says, I'm a sheep in wolf's clothing, Scottie. I think you might be a wolf in wolf's clothing. So there you are. Dinky-Doo. You're the man, Scottie. Fantastic. Guys, has everybody followed me? Yes, we need to get following. We need to start moving the TikTok and YouTube channels on a bit. So I think I've got 34,000 followers. That needs to become 350,000 followers. So every single one of you who's followed Scottie McClue needs to bring 10 people to follow. 10 to tell 10 to tell 10 to tell 10. That's your week's homework, right? You must bring another 10 people. Have you followed Scottie McClue? Now, all of you on TikTok have got the facility to share. So get sharing all the Scottie McClue videos and let's start to seriously jack up the numbers to what they should be. There we are. I mean, I'm very proud of what we do reach and what we do numbers-wise, but we need you to seriously get these numbers up. We've got 5 minutes left. Numpty Heed, why did you not telephone tonight and blow away the dafties and give us some intelligent chit-chat? So there you are, Carbolic. So Prince Philip, the late Queen Elizabeth II's late husband, the Prince Philip, the last Duke of Edinburgh, he was Danish. Not many people know that. I tell you. Who else have we got on the YouTube channel? Ooh, there we are. And we haven't had Kareem tonight. Oh, Kareem's all right. Now, I tell you, guys, have you checked out the Scottie McClue Health channel on YouTube, because I want you all to look at the patches. I wonder if I can show you my patch. Can I? I don't think, you might not be able to see it. Can you? Yeah, you can just see it. See the little white patch on my neck there? That's an X39 from livewave.com/Big Top Man. And I'm Big Top Man. But we've designed the health channel, 34 subscribers. That needs to go shooting up as well. Scottie, where did you go on holiday this year? Aaron, I haven't had a holiday yet this year. So if anybody's inviting me for a holiday, that would be nice. I'll have a look tonight. Susan, yes, I think you might benefit from the patches, because you look at my weight loss, you look at the loss of inflammation, you look at the fact that my hair's growing back in. I'm a bit of a baldy, I'll show you, but look. Can you see my hair starting to grow back in the middle? It was totally bald. So there we are, because what you're doing, Susan, you're healing yourself. There we are, the patches, X39 from livewave.com/Big Talk Man. There we are. I tell you, the Diddy men will be keeping Abdul full of happiness. Dave the Rave, absolutely, and I'm glad that we've brought him happiness as well. So there we go. Now, how are we doing for time? Oh my goodness me, I'm just checking. We've got 2 or 3 minutes left, so we're all right. Have we got to everybody on here? It's been a while, sir. I was in a car accident last year, but I've recovered. Sean, good evening. There's the wonderful Ali McNeil. Good evening from Bowmore in Isla, Scottie. Ha Kamrahu Hachima Maha Ali. Falchi, Ki Damili Falchi, Dong the TikTok Agus YouTube. Do you have kids, Scottie? Don't be ridiculous, Lucky. Who would have me? So there you are. So there we go. I tell you. Good night, everyone. Good night, Susan. Take great care of your dear self. Scottie McClue Health on the YouTube, and send us a wee message. Scottie, why is it only an hour? Robbie, you know, that's all we've got time for, because TikTok can only do an hour if you're going to be uploading. So there we go. Guys, I'm going to have to dash and say love to every single one of you. What's up, Scottie? Dinky-Doo Sam, thank you for getting me to join the fan club. Dinky-Doo, have a beautiful week, everybody, and we will see you all soon. We need a podcast, says Aaron. What's your plan? Huge plans, I tell you. So there we are. Hello from the Isle of Lewis. Hello to all the Yosuks. Kamaraha Hachima Lewis. Falchi, Keed Miller Falchi, down the TikTok, I guess YouTube. Right, I'm going to say goodnight to all you beautiful people. Stick out your tongues and say ta-ta. Thank you for the heart, me. Bye-bye.